Good afternoon to Ms. Sharon and my fellow friends. Today, me, Adam Ho, and Albertus Islander will talk about Volkswagen's research. Okay, firstly, you talk about the company background. Okay, Volkswagen is founded in Germany by German Evergrande, the Volkswagen Group, and Volkswagen entered Malaysia in year 1950. Since then, it sold 6,538 units per 2017. It has 1.3% in market share and is developing e-car to the future. So you can see that Volkswagen is coming up with more new technologies. So problem statement. First one is, as we all know, Volkswagen has a very reduced image in Malaysia due to the emission scandal in 2015. Since then, it causes a lack of confidence among the public when people think about buying Volkswagen's car because of the problem with the car. So also their price compared to competitors, which is Toyota, Honda, Nissan, and so on, the same range of cars. So the price is a lot more different. And then it also lost trust of the public due to the problems caused by the car. Since then, it also have low market shares and sales because of their problem and their scandal. So our hypothesis is brand awareness, price, feature, quality of car is significantly impact on the brand loyalty of a car's brand. So these are the elements that affect brand loyalty of Volkswagen. So Volkswagen is considered a high-end car brand with high price and not a brand to consider to buy from Malaysian adults. Because as I said just now, the price is more expensive compared to their cars, Toyota, Honda, and Nissan. So it also causes a lack of confidence because of the problems, and price is also high compared to their rivals. So our research objective is to determine how Malaysians view Volkswagen compared to other brands. These are the brands and their brand image. So next one is identifying how Malaysian car buyers think of Volkswagen when it comes to price, quality, and feature. And the last one is to study the potential market opportunities of Volkswagen in Malaysia. Okay, so next.
Now I will talk about the marketing construct that we choose to research in this survey. So first is brand loyalty. Brand loyalty refers to, according to Jacob and Kiner, is repurchase intentions. It's actually it's a very broad terms, but in this research we want to see how the repurchase intention of this Volkswagen brand. And then brand loyalty could be developed through the quality of the product experience, means past experience is have a significant impact on brand loyalty, making continuous purchase and recommendation to friends and family. Because as you know, business is not about just one-time purchase, it's continuous and for long-term purchase in order for they thrive in the industry. Brand loyalty determines sales and profit. It's very direct forward from here. And then consider as the final marketing outcome of a company. So this theory is just, I don't need to mention all of this because it's too long and takes time. And then I just want you guys to know that the Eckert theory, and this is the frame model, is applied to this brand loyalty theory, one of the most famous brand loyalty theories. And then after that, another thing, brand awareness. Brand awareness affects brand loyalty in a very meaningful way. It's directly linked to brand loyalty. It indicates the familiarities of a brand. If a guy has a good brand awareness about Volkswagen, it's more likely for him to increase the brand loyalty towards it, because it has like this one, strong brand loyalty increase, brand awareness, tendencies in spreading the brand's name. Good brand loyalty and awareness push the product in consideration set. Means if you have good brand awareness about it, means at least you have some knowledge, and then you can consider it when you're about to buy. For this case, is car. Okay. And price is absolutely one of the most important thing that you consider when you buy. Okay, how important is it? Until sometimes even like if the price is good, you even ignore the features of some products. In this case, car. Sometimes people just ignore safety of the car just because it's cheap. Okay, and then there are two kind of price: objective price and perceived price. Objective is the real price. Perceived price is the actually how worth it is when you feel how worth it feeling that you have. It's perceived price. People expect minimum price with high level of satisfaction. And then price of a product determines the quality of the product. Means as you know the logic, the higher the price, you could expect higher quality from the product. If there is a good relationship between price and perceived quality, it will increase the brand loyalty. It's very direct forward from here.
Okay, so next I'll talk about the features. So in each industry, there are some expected features expected by the consumer. For example, for car, people expect you have how many airbags, how many speakers, how fast can you go, is it performance based, or is it a feature, a lot of features. So next one is what features is also one of the distinguishing point of the sales. It helps boost appeal towards customers. So when your car have more features, more benefits to the customer, of course people will choose you compared to your rivals, right? Okay, next one is good features will help give advantage compared to other products. So as I say, if you have more features and more benefits, people will choose you. Then next one is more features plus minimum price increase brand loyalty. Nowadays, of course, people want a cheap product which is good. So if you offer a good product with low price, of course people will consider to buy you compared to other brands. Okay, it's continuously adding and improving features to boost appeal. So Volkswagen, if they want to make themselves more popular among consumers and young adults, so they need to add and improve their features for future release. And also, they need to only provide features that people really use, not giving things that people just see it as a very appealing feature. So they need to give some useful features as well. So this is the framework, the Eagle model. Okay, so our methodology of research, we have questionnaire consists of 70 questions divided into 3 sections. Demographics, of course, and then next car related question also we say as consumer insights. Next one is car related questions. So our question comprises of nominal, ordinal, interval scale, and it's quantitative data expected target of 50 people. So we will collect data from both offline and online. So online we do it through social media like Facebook. Also we will send to our friends and family. So if offline we like to do face-to-face interaction with our people so that they will be really serious in doing our research.
Then the next is as my colleague mentions, we do targeted sampling. Means we don't just randomly go to the people and then ask questions. So this is the features of the respondents that we would like to aim. Okay, it should be we expect 18 to 30 years old. Means we will go to around like maybe colleges or like office areas, and then middle to upper level of income could be both gender, living in urban areas like cities, and then this is more actually I can consider this as the most important factors of the sample population. They have to at least have some knowledge on cars, not just like some random people. Okay, and then the data analysis. This is some methods, bar charts to show like customers' insight, like about our surveys. Later we will show you about the surveys, about the design, affordability, features, and social status. Pie chart to overlook demographic variables. Cross tabulations. This is just one of the examples. Gain insights about Volkswagen price and likeliness to recommend to peers. And then frequency tables. Actually, this one basically you can put in use for any questions. And then To further analyze, we can use if the data is skewed, we can use Mann-Whitney test and independent test, t-test, if it's normally distributed. For example, measure the difference mean of genders and Volkswagen image. Then this is for demographic questions. We put demographic questions, so we ensure that the data that we retrieve is correctly from the targeted sample that we expect. So this is the question like income, general question, age, gender, income level, and race. It's pretty basic. And then for customers' insights, this is like car-related questions. And then this is like the features that you expect. Some things like, as we mentioned, we would like to know what features to gain insights from the customers. And then after that, this is a question about brand awareness and loyalty. So basically, like, are you aware? And then we put range, like this one, strongly disagree and strongly agree. And then we put like this kind of range. This is for the car's features, so we would like to know in numbers. They can choose from these 4 types of features of Volkswagen's car. They can fill this, and then this is for the brand loyalty and most important questions for the survey. This not just recommendations, but also mentioning about could indicate the repurchase intention of the respondents.
Okay, so we will proceed to our conclusion. So this research gives Volkswagen a clearer customer insight towards the brand. So as we know, there are many competitors outside with rivaling with Volkswagen. So we need to know what features and what they need for Volkswagen to further improve themselves compared to other brands. Also provide information to improve future products. As I said, for example, if you have a car which is 100,000, so how will you what do you want to see in Volkswagen compared to other brands with the same price? So of course, with the more benefit and more features, you choose Volkswagen compared to other brands. So that's all for our presentation.
Okay.
This is our reference.
Yeah, Leong Kim Fong, you keep talking about this emission scandal by Volkswagen. I'm not very clear, what is the scandal about?
Actually, they in Volkswagen, they actually fail the test. So they use
fail what test?
The
emission test.
Yeah, emission test.
You know, like those before the car is legally road on the road.
Before they come in for market purchase, they need to go through a test. So they actually fail this test, and they use a device to enhance their car so that they pass the test. So actually, it's wrong and not ethical. Then it caused a very big issue in the car industry.
Okay, because just now you didn't explain it very well. Wasn't very clear about that. And then, okay, I do agree that Volkswagen seems to have a big problem there. But what price range is Volkswagen? You say it's a very high price product.
Okay, so Volkswagen, we have few range of cars, the mid-class sedan, the sedan, and also the hatchback cars. So we have cars priced from 80,000 to 100,000. There are cars like Polo. The price range is around 80,000 to 100,000. And then we have the Passat. We have this kind of car which is above
higher range.
Yeah, higher range cars. So this kind of cars compare themselves to higher cars which is like BMW or Mercedes.
Because just now when I look at you say you are targeting 18 to 30 years old. Do you think they can afford to buy which range of cars? The lower range or the higher range?
Actually, 18 to 30 years old is course 18 to 22, maybe they are still students, right? So we consider that as like example, your family buy car for you.
Yeah, if you are very rich family, like parents could buy for you.
Okay. Yeah. So for working adults, of course, they can target all class of vehicles like the lower range, the middle range, and the upper range. So.
But why do you just say 18 to 30? Why not a higher age group?
Because Volkswagen actually classify themselves as a performance-based and stylish car, so young adults will prefer this kind of features and design for these cars.
Okay, but I think 18 to 30 looks like very limited, unless your title is because your title also is very limited, like the previous group. You should have said that brand loyalty of Volkswagen car among Generation Y. If you have done that, then it will make sense that you are targeting 18 to 30. But if your title was just Volkswagen in general, then it will be looking like your target population is too small. It would have been better to maybe increase it a bit. Because unless you are saying in your title, you are just only looking at Generation Y people. You see, that's what I say, the limitation of your title. Many of you, your title is too short. You must increase your title, the length of your title. You must say where are you studying as well. The site of study is not mentioned. Because you can be studying anywhere.
We mentioned at the research.
Yeah, but then your title, when you do your title is very limited. Volkswagen, you should have said that. What is your title of your research? You see, when you see any journal articles, the title is much longer. It's not just one word. It's a number, at least maybe 10 to 15 words.
Because we are conducting a research on Volkswagen, so we thought of...
No, you cannot be doing that. You must be longer than that.
Okay.
And how do you study that research objective in the third one?
As we mentioned here.
Potential market, how to find it where to find? Can you doing your survey questions, you are able to find the potential market? What is actually the word that you want to use? Maybe it's not the potential market, but it's the purchasing intention or what?
Because at the beginning of the question, research we want to know what's the age range, the income level, and then at the end we ask, we recommend to your friends and family. So this one provides us information on who should we target based on their age.
No, market potential is very wide term. Maybe it's better for you to narrow it down to saying that you are looking for recommendations or you're looking for purchasing intention or something like that. Also, since you are in this questionnaire page, I have this query about your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 1 representing what? And 5 representing what?
Yeah, as normally used in like SPSS, we will put like this one is poor.
Yeah, but you should have mentioned it just now. Because it's very unclear, maybe even a bracketed thing, they say how would you rate, what does 1 represent, what does 5 represent? Because like this, when we look at this, as a respondent,
but
I would not know.
Like, I mean, as a general term,
I know.
Like, people would know like 1 is bad.
Cannot. You must specify.
Rate.
No.
If we say rate, then
you must specify in your question. Otherwise, different people, he may say, I want 1 for very good, and you might say 5 is very good. So you must state that in the question.
Okay, understand. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
The other one is okay. You said just now you said you have 17 questions, but now you should display for me.
Sorry.
When you were writing somewhere that you say you got 70 questions.
Yeah,
17.
But here when you 17, and then here you display like how many questions?
Wait, Miss, I show you the full survey.
Or this one is just some of the questions?
Yeah, this is just like a screenshot of the survey.
Okay, if you have more questions, please don't just show me the screenshot, because it looks as if you are saying there's so many questions and yet where is the other questions. Please give me the full questionnaires even when you are attachment, in your attachment.
So, please later. Yeah, our question
You can give me later. But then just to show that you already created a question
Some
in your,
car-related
maybe you can
questions.
print that up or
And
whatever.
then this is the third part about the Volkswagen insights.
Okay. Because you are doing what is called the online.
This is for online, and then we mentioned that we will have this and collect the data offline.
Yes, just now you said offline, but then what you are saying you may do face to face. And hopefully you are going to get phase T. Maybe it's not bad, you have a backup plan. But the thing is, your sampling technique, I didn't see, you say you are going to that, but the sampling technique is missing from your presentation. What sampling method you intend to do? Because you show me the targeted sample population, but sampling technique is missing from your presentation. What sampling technique? Never mind, now you don't have it in the PowerPoint, but just tell me, offline, face-to-face, what kind of sampling technique? No, it's not in your slide, I can see. It's just that you can answer this question offline, all right? Now, your offline, what type of sampling technique? And your online, what type of sampling technique? Since you mentioned that you're going to do both. Like just now, the other ones are saying they are doing convenience sampling. So you say you are doing two methods. Offline, you are doing face-to-face. So what kind of sampling? How do you make sure that just now you say you want to target certain sample group. How do you make sure that you target this sample group? So what kind of sampling technique? Is it judgment sampling? Is it snowball sampling? Is it what? You have to tell me. The sampling technique is equally important. So what?
Not so sure about.
Oh, because there is one portion of your thing that says you must tell us the sampling technique. That's why you see in the previous group they are talking about they are using convenience sampling for the online. So they are also weighing the pros and the cons of that method, which is good. Yours, I didn't see any sampling technique. So what, now you just answer, or not necessarily, you answer to the question. What sampling technique do you intend to use?
Do you mean the
to get offline, the online, what kind of sampling? You said you want to target these people. So how to reach to these people? There's many sampling techniques we teach you, right? Is it cluster sampling, stratified sampling? Which type? Random, non-probability, probability, non-probability, which one you want to use? Offline and online. You say one you have to do face-to-face. So your face-to-face first. Please answer the face-to-face question. How do you going to reach to these people?
Like face-to-face, like we go like car exhibition, we give this.
That's why it's missing in your presentation. Where are you going to find this? You are going to look for Volkswagen people, right? Because your study is on Volkswagen.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily Volkswagen.
Our target market is young adults, right? So
we want to gain insights of like car industry as a whole as well. But
not only for Volkswagen users.
Because we are doing Volkswagen research and surveys, that's why we put Volkswagen.
But in general,
in general, you say if you are looking for people who are non-Volkswagen, then how do you answer?
Volkswagen and non-Volkswagen. I mean, like it's important for them.
Do you see your question number, research question 3? You say brand awareness, brand loyalty, then you're asking about Volkswagen. So if you are looking at people who are not Volkswagen owners, how are they going to answer that questionnaire? On brand awareness and brand loyalty.
This one? Which one?
Then you see all the Volkswagen is there.
Yeah, if for brand loyalty, we would like to find Volkswagen. But
so where are you going to find these Volkswagen people?
No, because we only ask, are you aware of Volkswagen car brand?
No, you're asking them to rate.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily have to be a Volkswagen.
Then
or
why are you writing how would you rate?
No,
Yeah,
I mean we are asking about Volkswagen car, but we're not necessarily fine for Volkswagen car users.
Then your question is wrong.
How
Then you shouldn't put the word Volkswagen there. How would you rate the car that you have bought? Rather than how would you rate Volkswagen, and your title is Volkswagen.
But we didn't say you have to buy in order to do this survey, right? So
Yeah, but if I'm not used Volkswagen, I wouldn't know how to rate them.
That's why we put targeted sampling.
no, because you look at this like you know what I say like design, affordability, features, and social status. So even if you are not Volkswagen car user, so even if you are driving Proton or Nissan or Toyota or Honda,
Of
you,
course, they have
yeah.
knowledge, right? Miss?
So what
Okay.
do you think of these four variables when you think about Volkswagen? So we ask them.
Then
to
you
rate.
shouldn't say Volkswagen car. You should have said how would you rate the car that you have purchased or the car that you have
Then-
preferred, your preferred car. You understand or not?
Yeah, but we said, right, it's insights about Volkswagen.
Yeah.
We choose the company Volkswagen. If we put preferred car, means the research survey.
Yeah,
of
that's
all
why.
Volkswagen.
If you were saying you want to look at that particular brand,
Okay, miss, okay, let's say it like this.
Mm.
Or let's
So
say
that's
you,
why
you
now
never,
you are
okay,
still not
do you have
answering the
Apple
question.
product?
No,
Wait,
I think
okay,
I have
do you have Apple product?
yeah.
But you can rate, right? You can rate. You know how's the performance, right? You can
Yeah.
rate 1 to 5,
No,
right?
if I'm not use Apple product, I cannot
Yeah,
rate.
but you know you have the knowledge, right?
I
So
don't
you-
have the
you-
knowledge
you can
because
rate
if I
the
don't use it,
design.
I don't have.
You can rate the
You don't know
design,
Apple,
the features,
yeah, the
right?
design,
Yeah,
something, the
what do you
features,
think
right?
of it when it comes to your
Yeah, but
mind?
you can rate. At least you have knowledge, you have insight.
Yeah, that's what we.
That's
what
what we
say.
want to know from the people. That's why we do this survey.
So that's why I will say your sampling technique is not clear. You must say sampling technique. What kind of sampling? I'm going to do judgment sampling. People who own the Volkswagen car, or people who own. Where are you going to get these people who own Volkswagen car or who have knowledge of Volkswagen car? Just now you said you're going to showrooms.
Yeah, we put car enthusiasts here.
Yeah.
Look here. That's why we.
No,
that's
but
why
the
I thought that
sampling
the most
technique.
important,
Yes, I know.
They have to be car
You must
enthusiasts.
say, I want to do judgment sampling. I want to go to a particular place like car showrooms where people may be looking at not just Volkswagen but other cars. Right? Then I may go and ask them. So the sampling technique is missing. That's what I'm saying. You must tell us how you're going to reach to these people. Whether you're going to the showroom, if you're doing offline. Online, where are you going to find these people? Just anybody under the, any Tom, Dick and Harry also can answer my question? That is what I mean by you had to reach to the right group of people. Okay, anyway, that means you're lacking in sampling technique. Okay, other than that, your presentation is not that bad. You have done the right thing. You have looked at the literature review of related variables, right? Not just brand loyalty, which is good. Your literature review, I quite like it. It's quite good, and you have your sources stated there with all the features that you want, that you are looking at. Only thing is your sampling technique only. Like you say you wanted to target this group is okay, but it's just that you need to tell us the sampling technique. Other than that is if you have other questions and you're just saying that you're just showing me some of the questions, and okay, your data analysis, you have, where's your hypothesis? You don't have hypothesis. Do you have hypothesis? I thought I saw something there.
Yeah,
Yeah, miss.
Wait,
Yeah.
you have only 2 hypotheses that you say brand awareness features are going to have an impact. How are you going to prove this hypothesis? The first one. What technique? What data analysis technique are you going to use? You wrote there many variables there. Many variables, brand awareness, price, features, quality, 4 variables is going to significantly impact. Which one? How are you going to prove this one? But what is the method that you're going to use? What data analysis method?
For relations, the most common is like the one that you mentioned. Usually is the chi-square test.
Chi-square test can prove all this, all of them.
Yeah, whether they have strong association or not.
The question says significantly impact.
Yeah, it means the relationship between these variables to affect.
So where is when you do the data analysis, I just see this inside your data analysis. You say you're just going to do cross-stat. Price and likeliness to recommend. It's not wrong. It's right pricing, the pricing and the likeliness, because your pricing could be many different levels of pricing. And then your whether they're going to recommend. Maybe cross-stat may not be the best method.
But it's
Because you could have many different levels of pricing, but likeliness to recommend, are you likely to recommend? Is in the interval scale. You have one interval scale and one ordinal scale. Your pricing will be ordinal scale with a low price to high price. But your recommend is likely, very likely to very unlikely. Okay, that means you're going to have quite a big cross-stat. It's not wrong.
Yeah, but it's applicable, right?
Yeah, it's applicable.
But maybe you should have said that you will do chi-square as well to prove whether there's an association. In order to test the hypothesis.
It's just for further improvement, but the thing is you can
maybe instead of doing all-in-one hypothesis, because when you do this all-in-one, it looks like you are going to do multiple regression. When you can put many variables affecting one, then it's multiple regression. But if you want to do, say you want to, then you shouldn't use the word significantly impact. You should say there is a strong association between brand awareness and loyalty. Or brand awareness, a recommendation to buy a car. But you are only showing me one way to see brand loyalty, that is recommendation. Where is the question on repeat purchase? Are you going to buy the same brand again? Because you remember in your literature review, you say brand loyalty is measured in many ways. So what I fail to see is the brand loyalty question. Brand loyalty, there are many ways to measure brand loyalty. That's what you have said in your literature.
That's why I told you
that it would have been better for future improvement to have a Likert scale question on how you measure brand loyalty. You only have one question just now only. I saw one. Recommend. Maybe you should have multiple questions on Likert scale star, with one on recommending to buy, and others to be whether you will be purchasing the same brand again, and maybe many more that will support in your literature review. What else is ways to measure brand loyalty? Not just one way, but a number of ways. Just for future development. Of course, I know that you all are given very short time. You have actually a whole semester to think about it, but you all didn't have much time because you all did the preparation much later. But anyway, this is just for future development. Okay, it's not that. Of course, I know that you may not be the best, but you have tried the best, right? Okay, so that is just a general idea, general insight that I have. Maybe your hypothesis could be more than one hypothesis, not just these two. But the second one, how to prove that? Volkswagen consider a high-end brand with high price and not a brand to consider. You have put too many things in there.
Yeah, Miss. This one is high-end car with high price and not a brand to consider. So
depending on our question, if everybody says like not recommended, not going to purchase again, of course, the hypothesis is proven, right? So it's based on the question also.
Where's your question?
Like this one.
Recommend only one
better
question.
Other brand. This one.
And then this one for upper class, middle class, lower class, it's indicate the price.
Where got price? I didn't see a question on price also.
No, it's about this car belongs
just now,
to
remember I asked you what's the price range. Is there a question on price? Where are you going to even do just now the chi-square question? Is there a question on pricing here? I didn't see. Pricing and I see recommendation, but I didn't see pricing. What price range Instead of saying upper class, middle class, whatever class, maybe you say what price range are you willing to buy? Just now I was saying what is the price range of Volkswagen car? Very low price to high price. So rather than saying upper class, middle class, low class, you could have a question on pricing. And then just an example as a what you call
Just one second, you talk of like this class will represent their insights about price. That's why.
Okay.
Because of course upper class is considered like high, very expensive cars. Middle class is like those
yeah, but
common
it
cars.
could have been better to do pricing so that you
Yeah,
can
it's
down.
just like an indirect approach to.
Okay, just for future development. Okay. Okay, who else? No, I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay.